I have proof that God makes African countries poor with data. I am from the Democratic Republic of Congo. My country is 95% Christian. We have churches in every corner. Almost every family in this country, to show how good you are, you have to prove how Christian you are. Almost every leader has to use the biblical verse to justify how good they are. And our HDA rank 180 out of 193 countries, meaning we are one of the least developed humans on earth. I would say almost the last. But is it a coincidence or is it a real thing? Let's use the data and numbers to see how does it happen that the most religious country end up being among the least developed and even the poorest, and its population, majority of them being among the poorest. So first of all, Congo has 94% of people who live under or in poverty, and almost equally 85% of its population being Christian. Now let's look at the most developed country in Africa, the Mauritius. How do they pray or who do they worship? 48% Hindu, 32% Christian, 17% Muslim. I don't know, should I continue? Yes, I will continue definitely. But if you've noticed something here, there is no dominant religion. There is no one religion which kind of covers everyone in one bubble. And that leads to a government which is again secular. The government doesn't try to tie itself to one particular religion. And their HDI, very high to the roof. Now, seeing the most developed countries on earth, Norway, Sweden, Japan, turn out to be also the most secular countries on earth. Highest HDI globally, lowest church attendance, and the pattern is just hard to miss at this point. Now, my own president of Congo starts almost each of his speech with a biblical verse and trying to act much more Christian. Let me just take someone else again in Africa, very close to Congo, Rwanda's Paul Kagame. Surely, the country is still run also in a system that does not block Christians from doing their work, but religion does not interfere with the government work. The affairs of the government are run with logic, and religion is outside, making it to be one of the most successful governments, which is again secular in Africa. And as the result, the HDI of Rwanda jumped 27 more places up, showing that their population is really developing in years, and that's in just 15 years, while Congolese are still asking for God to bring peace in Congo. Now, we're still in a time in which the solution to almost everything for an African is known to start with a prayer at school, at work, but so far from what we have recorded, we haven't seen a single person in Africa who got their bachelor from praying, who got their road paved from praying, who got their electricity bill from praying. We haven't seen anyone who got justice from prayer, or God has been too silent to Africa and has been listening too much to Europeans. And I think one truth which you're not going to deny is that at this point, God is just helping those who help themselves. Thanks for being here. Catch you at 6 p.m. Goma time tomorrow.